Hello guys, Mike here with Tuna Scrapping. Today we're going to be scrapping one of these small vacuum cleaners. This one didn't have the tube. I tried to find one and I couldn't find one, so I just decided to scrap it. Plus it's kind of dirty and this cable is kind of like sunburnt. I don't know, it's just like white and falling apart. So let's just go ahead and get started here. I'm going to take all this cable, unwind it. And there's going to be some screws here, which are stars. So let me get my set here and get the appropriate one here. There we go. And we're just going to start taking off screws like always. We can break it open, but we don't want to make a mess. Alright. Okay, there's some more on this side, I think. Nope. Alright, so open this. Oh, there's no bag in there. Just gonna go ahead and break this. Let's throw our plastic with our recycling. I used to throw the plastic away till I found out that my trash pickup actually takes all this plastic, so I started recycling it. Do a little good for Mother Earth. And this, we're just gonna rip this open, push the wheel, throw that side with the plastic. Oh, I forgot a screw over here. Let's see, is there any more screws? Maybe not. I'm just gonna take this wheel off. Alright, well, that wasn't too bad. More plastic for the recycle bucket. And the wire just comes right out. Some more plastic. Some more. Alright, so here's the electric motor. And the wiring here. I'm probably going to take these off. I might be able to use them. Kind of do come in handy. Let's see if I can take them off. Oh, there we go. There's 1, 2, 3. Goodness. All right, guys. So I took the wire things off of this. I don't know what they're called, little twisty things. So you just go ahead and take the wiring off. There's going to be a little switch here. These usually don't have silver contacts, so I'm just going to go ahead and clip these as close as I can to the plastic, or just give it a little pull. There we go. There's a switch. There's going to be some #1 insulated here. It's pretty thick. Alright, so let's move on to this motor here. It's going to have some #2 insulated here. We're just going to go ahead and clip those. Put that over here. Oh, and this one right here, it's going to be #1 insulated. Just put that there and I'll strip that later. Cut that. Different scrap yards consider #1 and #2 differently. In my scrap yard, if it's the #1 clean copper that you can see that's bright, like bare bright, they'll consider that #1. But if it's the tin coated one, like this one here, or not the tin, the what's it called, nickel plated copper wire here, like this one here, they'll consider this one #2. So that's why I always strip the #1 insulated. and they'll give me #1 copper price for it. So it's a pretty good turnout. Okay, this thing, we're just gonna pull that off. More plastic, some rubber. This here, this round cylinder thing, not this, but the one behind it, that's gonna be cast aluminum. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take off this bolt here. And you can do that if you have some of these drill bits here with, there we go, different sizes. You just put it in there. The motor's gonna spin, so see how it spins up here? So what you have to do is get a screwdriver. You can stick it inside the blade and hold it way down like that, and it comes right out. Screw that was holding the fan in. So this, we'll just give it a few little bangs. They're waking up my neighbors. Well, you just keep hitting it around and it's gonna come off. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that so I don't wake my neighbors up. This table is really loud, so I'm gonna do it the hard way. I'm gonna use a little hammer, a little screwdriver. I'm just gonna give it a little tap. See, it's, you can push it up, and the hammer would be a lot faster, but it started to sound really loud. So I'm just going to use this. You just keep going around it. Give it a little twist. Like that. There it goes. This is just going to be tin. We're in the tin bucket. This is going to be aluminum, the fan. Just stick a screwdriver in there and break these little hinges. There we go. And there's some more tin. And now we should have some screws somewhere. I think it's underneath this. Let's see. Yes. Yes. Get these off. These are like little carbon things that spin around to hold the, or touch the center of the motor when it spins, and the casing around it, that's going to be brass. And yeah, there's some screws under there. Take these gloves off. That's off. Peel it off. Like that. There's 2 screws there that was holding it in place. Let's get rid of those. There we go. Came out nicely. It's a nice piece of cast aluminum. Just got to take this center piece off here because this is going to be ferrous. There we go, just like that. And get the little piece in there. Man, there you go. So that's a nice piece of cast aluminum. This one's just going to have a little gasket right there. And just going to be another nice piece of cast aluminum there. There's something like brass bearing, I guess. Shit. So we're just left with the motor here. You just pull this out. You can throw this with all your other electric motors. this, you can just cut these copper bands here. You can use a saw, or if you want to suffer like me, use some wire cutters. Alright, well, my camera stopped. Sorry guys. I was showing y'all how to scrap these electric motors from this fan. So I guess I'll start over. Okay, shit. So basically we'll clamp this down. Alright, as good as we can. And then we'll just use some wire cutters here. Wrong way. Now this, if you don't have a saw. If you have a saw, that might be a lot faster. Well, of course it's going to be faster. I prefer doing it this way. I don't know why. I do have a saw, but I don't use it. I guess I get more out of this doing it this way than doing it with the saw. And then once we cut through this all the way, you just get some pliers or some channel locks or whatever you have, and then you straighten it as much as you can. There we go, it's kind of straight there. This one here, it's kind of straight. So now we turn it around and tighten that up. Alright, so once you're here, let me zoom in a little bit. Oh, and you notice how I had my number 2 copper bucket right underneath it. So when I'm cutting, all the smaller pieces are falling straight into the bucket, so I don't lose any of my copper. And okay, so once we cut, let's see, is that good? Alright, that's pretty good right there. And so now, once we cut one of the sides, we just get our screwdriver and make sure that it's all the way on the other side, because if it's right here on the electric motor, you're going to start pushing it down. So make sure that it's all the way across like that, and you just hold it and just a few love taps, and there you go. All your copper's out. You just throw it right in your bucket. Just more. Oh, my screwdriver fell in there. And then you're just left with the ferrous core, which you can throw in your ferrous bucket, and it weighs about a pound or 2. It's pretty heavy. So that's about it, guys, for this video. Please remember to leave a like. Don't forget to comment and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys.